sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this December the 15th. Golly, already the middle of December, 10 days to Christmas. It's hard to believe, and of course this is the third Saturday of the month, which means that we take him away from an early morning duck hunt and let him go after the show is over. But who best to be with me on this morning than my good friend Frank Barton from Barton Power Sports, and also Indian Motorcycles and so many other things. But good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, everybody out there.
There it goes. Frank was got the radio voice. And, of course, Guy Trebo is normally here, but Guy could not make it this morning, so we'll work Guy in. Maybe even get on our Christmas show next week. And that's a show you don't want to miss, because we've got some guys on that's going to talk about Christmases of past, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Well, we just got off a big event at the 28th annual Arkabutla Lake Physically Challenged Deer Hunt. Of course, it's at Arkabutla, and it's been going on 28 years. And we got the man that's I know what his title is down there, Land Use Program Manager. I don't know what that means, but I knew, though, that Ernie Lentz has spent many a morning at this hunt, and it was held last weekend, the 6th through the 9th. Is that right, Ernie?
Yes, sir. Good morning, guys.
All right. Well, I know, Ernie, to have you on, kind of wrap up the event itself, and also gives you a chance to express some thanks to people that I know that helped you out last weekend, including one fellow that's sitting next to me here, that it's probably my fault that I got him going down there, but I pointed him that direction. And
I think that's correct.
I think it is. And you don't mind him coming, do you, Ernie?
No, sir. We're forever grateful.
I mean, that's the kind of things that you look for when you come to this event. Well, tell our listeners a little bit about the event itself, and then talk about how things went this year.
Well, it was our 28th annual physically challenged deer hunt at Arkabutla Lake, and as we've so often talked about, it is a management hunt from us to manage our deer herd in this 1,000-acre natural area below the dam that has our nature trails and everything. So this is the only time that this area is hunted. So we need this type of hunt to help maintain a healthy and sustainable deer herd. It also gives a unique opportunity to guys who are mobility impaired. They're in wheelchairs, they quadriplegic, paraplegic. They can't get into the woods like the average person can. So this is a special opportunity for them. And so it was a good hunt. December seems to be it's going to be a rainy month for us, and we got just over 2 inches of rain during the hunt. So it would have probably been better if we were duck hunting, but
Frank can vouch for that.
The guys went out and they sat in the stand and they hunted hard, and they all had a good time. Almost to each individual expressed how much fun they had, and looking forward to next year. We harvested 25 deer, which is a little down from past years, but had 43 hunters. And the big part, besides the hunters who get to go out there and do what we love, I had 13 volunteers who worked a total of 536 hours to help us with this hunt. We can't do it without them, and Mr. Frank's been coming for years to help us out, and we just can't say thank you enough to them for giving of their self and their time and their equipment and just everything that goes on to make this hunt a success. And it was a success. We had no mishaps again, and so, everybody comes out, has a good time, and we pack them up and send them home, and we're all happy.
And Frank, tell us from you being one of the volunteers, what do you get out of this? I know you get something out of this, don't you?
Well, I enjoy watching people experience what I've always been able to do, and they have that sense of normalcy that I keep talking about. But I think the thing that I really enjoy is watching them interact with each other, and it's like every other deer camp that I've ever been in my life. They kid each other. They talk about the stands are not in the right place. They're facing the wrong way.
They don't do that.
So they needed to move this here.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed that deer. I know I hit that deer. And listening to them around the campfire telling, interacting with each other is just, I'm sure if somebody took a picture of me, they'd always see me with a big smile on my face, because that's what I'm thinking, and that's what I'm experiencing with them.
And one thing about this, and Ernie mentioned this, and Ernie can talk about this, these are physically challenged deer hunters. Most of us would complain because there's 2 inches of rain. These folks are just glad to be able to do it. Right, Ernie?
That's correct. We had, I think the Friday that it started raining, I think I had 16 guys go out. And that's about half of what,
normally
half of the number of stands.
Yeah.
And but they came in and ate lunch and turned right around, and all 16 went right back to the woods for the evening hunt. And so, they knew it was raining and everything, but they didn't want to take a chance on just because it's raining. And things have progressed over the years. We've got box stands now that's got roofs on it and sides on it and everything. So we, the only time they're really getting wet is in the process of getting them in the woods, and so
getting in, coming and going.
That's right. And once we get them in the stand and everything, they can stay relatively dry and everything. So that makes it a little easier for them to go, and also, it's just the handicap hunt. I've always said it can be a drought buster, and that's just part of it, and so. It was good to see their attitude and their willingness to hang in there and take part.
And Frank, I know you had, what did you have down there? You had a side by side, I'm sure.
I brought a ranger crew. I was taking generally I would carry 3 people in at a time.
Yeah. Okay.
With 3, so 3 hunters, 3 wheelchairs, and then all their extra gear that they.
Can make for a long day. Make for a long day, but when you see what those guys are going through, the effort they're putting, it's a humbling event for those of us that have been down there.
Sure. If you ever, the big spectacle is going out in the morning, because it's you got you want to
dark.
It's dark, and you want to get everybody out in a quick and efficient manner, so that you don't disturb the game and get out. And getting them all out in a timely manner is really where the volunteers come in as much as anything else. And I tell folks after that, it's just I'm not saying it can be. I'm not going to say it can be boring, but it's it's always find something else to do, but you have to wait, and you never know. Somebody may call right after they go out, and when it was raining, we didn't waste any time. If there was a deer down, we were going out trying to locate that deer because we were worried about the rain washing the blood trails away and things like that. So you just don't know. You have to be there.
And Frank has said this, and Ernie also. It's a management tool, but I also noticed that you had Cody Rayner, the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fishery, and Parks biologist there, because we're so concerned now about chronic wasting disease. Yes, sir.
He came up on that Friday and collected some samples from several of the deer that had been harvested, and so he's doing his part to try to make sure that we've got a healthy herd, and also it's a good partnership all the way around.
And you do this in an area that's not hunted, right? Except this is the only time, if I'm not mistaken, that you're in that particular area, right?
Yes, sir. It's a natural area. It's the nature trail area below the dam.
Yeah.
And so we close it off for this period, and we get some complaints from folks who that we're taking away their time to walk the nature trail and everything. But
hey, it's just
a
few
short
days.
Period.
Yeah.
And it all works.
Yeah. Well, it works for sure, and I know you guys really work at this. Tell us a memory real quickly for this past hunt that stands out in Ernie Lentz's mind.
Well, we had a young man who hunted with us last year and didn't get a shot. He saw some deer, but he didn't get a shot. Well, this year he not only saw some deer, but he harvested one.
Oh,
and
right.
So those memories are what we're looking for. We also had a young guy who's hunted with us I think 3 years. He harvested his first deer with us. It's not the first deer he's ever killed, but it was the
first one on the
us.
hunt there. Yeah.
And so we had a lot of first and everything, but just the guys, I asked, I think I had like 12 new guys. This was their first time with us.
That's good.
And to a man, each one, when they got ready to leave, they were very complimentary of the hunt.
Yeah.
And said, please, can I come back next year? And I said, I tell them, well, the only way you don't get to come back is you don't fill out the application.
You got to
send it back to me.
Yeah. Well, I know you've been doing it a long time. You're now the, I guess, the granddaddy of most of them. There's other ones going on, but it started with way back there with Dean Hunter and all the guys. Well, thank you, Ernie, for taking time on this Saturday morning. A great event again. And, folks, you'll be able to read about this hunt in the January issue of the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News. I'll be writing a story, and hopefully we'll get that in there, and Frank will be supplying me some pictures. But appreciate it, Ernie. Always good to talk to you, buddy. We'll stay in touch, and Merry Christmas to you. Okay, buddy?
Thank you, guys, and y'all have a Merry Christmas, too.
All right, let's take our first break of the morning, come back, and you'll never guess where Ron Wong is. It's a first. And we're going to talk to Ron in just a minute. We'll be right back.